Hi, thanks for watching. This is Carly,
And Dan.
and we're going to show you our website, the Old Testament History of Israel. It's located at otisraelhistory.site88.net. The purpose of the Old Testament History of Israel website is to display events and locations that are recorded in the Old Testament. Currently, the map isn't comprehensive, and it does include selected events that are between 2000 and BC and 500 CE. While we did make every attempt to make sure that we were providing quality information, the locations and information that are contained in this website are not guaranteed to be accurate, and we've made every effort to include the sources for the data that we did include. This web page is really intended to be used as a tool to demonstrate and explore select events and their relationship in time and location to other events that happened in the Old Testament.
Just as Carly mentioned, our website allows users to interactively explore Old Testament events on a map on our web page. We used HTML, JavaScript, and PHP coding languages to create our website, and the files are hosted on web hosting service. We drafted the code in Notepad++ and Adobe Dreamweaver. Dreamweaver was very great at allowing us to create our website. It was easily allowed us to show styling and have a good preview of what our web page would look like. To create our website, there were many websites that we used as resources. OpenLayers is the way that we were able to pull in the map, the Bing map, and we also got a lot of HTML code help formatting from w3schools.com. For our data, we drew upon sources from LDS.org, Wikipedia.org, and other Bible dictionaries and other websites.
Alright, so you can see this website is open in Google Chrome. We also tested in Firefox and Internet Explorer, and we do want to mention that it's recommended to use Google Chrome or Firefox, but there are some glitches in some of the newer versions of those browsers, so be aware of that as you're exploring the website.
For our licensing, we used Creative Commons. You see here at the bottom of our web page, click on it. This lists the licensing applicable to our web page, indicating that people are free to share or to copy and distribute the material in any way, medium, or format, and as well as to adapt, to remix, transform, build upon the material. But it's not intended for other commercial usage, more, as we've stated before, for users to learn about the Old Testament and to explore selected events and their relationship in time and location to other events.
Alright, so now that you've seen the website, I'm going to go and look at the files that make up the website. So it's hosted on 000webhost.com, which was a nice free hosting service. You can see here in the public folder, we've got all of the important files. We've got the actual HTML file right here, all of these PNG files that form the icons or images, banners that are used in the website. We've got the OpenLayers JavaScript files. We also have all of our KML files just stored right in that public HTML or public folder. One important thing that we noted was this htaccess file. We modified that so that we had a clean access to our website by including this directory index and referencing our HTML, so that when you type in the website name, you don't have to mess with any indexing or going to other pages. All right, so now that you've seen the files that make up the web page, I'll show you what the web page can do. So we've talked about the main purpose of this being interactive learning, and so the web page is very interactive. You can use this to change the different layers of your base map. We call this the toggle box in the help file. And you can also change the individual layers here as well. We also offer this alternative to displaying by clicking on these buttons over here. You can change what's displayed based on the time period that you select. We also have this third option for convenience, so you can turn all of the layers off or turn all of the layers on. I think these three options give a lot of dynamic use for the end user. I'll start here and show if I wanted to look at a certain event. We've got these pop-ups here that show they give a title for the event and a description of the location, and then provide a reference where applicable. And you can see that takes you directly to the website for the reference. So you can see these other files show the same way. All right. So now Dan's going to talk about the functions that we used in the website.
Right. In our HTML code, we utilize a number of functions. Initialize is a function that runs upon loading the website in the browser. When somebody pulls up the website, it creates a map object and adds the layers from the KML files on the hosting service, and that way people can see them. Another function we used is onPopUpClose, which simply unselects all the features when a pop-up is closed. OnFeatureSelect creates the pop-up if somebody clicks on a feature. OnFeatureUnselect removes the pop-up from the map. And two other functions that relate to the user ability is ShowGroup, which relates to the 4 pictures found on the website that allow people to select events by time period. ShowGroup defines what layers are in each group, and SetOn and OffGroup defines what layers are visible, turning all layers on or turning all layers off. It just groups those in as being visible or not visible.
All right, we're going to wrap this up by talking about the structure of the code. So the code is divided into 3 big sections. We've got the head, the style, and the body section. So the head section, as you can see, contains the JavaScript, as well as all of those functions that Dan just talked about. The style section is just the formatting of how the website looks, and then the body contains really the skeleton. It's what you see, the banner, the headings, and all of the text and location of the buttons are all included in the body. And I'll pull up right here here's the code. Starting from the beginning, we've got, again, the head file, and our script is included. Just go over a few important things. We had the API key from Bing, and that allowed us to load the map here. We declared all of our variables globally for ease of reference and retrieving information as we were debugging. You can see our functions in here. We tried to include lots of comments so that you could see really easily what the chunks of code were doing. So all of our KML files, and then again those functions of selecting and creating the pop-ups that Dan talked about. Here with the show group function, we use the switch and case capabilities here. So right here, all the way at the end, we've got the style and then the body. So you can see we chose to organize things using tables, so it was a nice clean format. And here at the end, we've got a contact form and our license information here, as well as a reference for the help file that you've seen. And Dan's gonna finish it up by talking about this feedback form, which is located on our website.
One feature that we decided to incorporate in our website was a way for users to submit feedback of what they think of the site and some suggestions for improving. So we have a form. Clicking on here, where there's a link, click here to submit feedback. It brings the user to a different web page that instructs them to use this form to submit feedback. A user will simply enter a return email address so that we can contact them back, as well as a subject and their information that they decide to send in the message here, as well as a method for us to allow us to differentiate from real users from spam bots. So a person will have to type in this number that appears, and it's a randomly generated number. And if these match up, the person is able to send the message, thank you for your email, and then it redirects the person. But at another point, if somebody enters a wrong number, you'll see it says your email was not sent, and then it redirects you. That submission form allows us to improve user experience and is really a way for us to increase the interactivity of our website, which is something that we've really tried to do with this. Thanks for listening. We hope you're able to enjoy our website. That's good.